Bobbi on Beauty and Style Network. Today I am joined with one of my favorite graduates. This is Cassaria Denton. You all need to follow Cass and see what she's doing online. We're going to drop her Instagram handle and everything in a little bit, but she is so exciting on social media. She's incredible. She does a little bit of everything, so we're going to get into everything that she's doing right now and kind of what the future holds for her. So welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here with me today. You and I had all of these moments that I feel like should have been recorded while you were in school. We had a lot of talks and a lot of fun times together. Yeah. So I'm happy that we're getting to get it on camera now. But I want to rewind. I know we've been talking since you got here, but I want to rewind a little bit to how you started. Okay. When did your love for makeup, for esthetician, like all of that stuff, when did that start for you? Do you remember?
Yeah. So I went to Austin East Magnet High School Performing Arts and Sciences.
Yay! We love Austin East.
I love it. And I was in the dance program. I was in dance company. And
like what age did that start?
I joined, so I danced since I was a child. I did competitive cheerleading growing up. I cheered for Premier Athletics. And then when I got to high school, I knew that I wanted to be a part of dance company. Their dance program was amazing. So I officially joined dance company my junior year of high school. So I was about 16, 17. And I had to learn how to do stage makeup. And I always enjoyed doing makeup because of the background that I came from. But stage makeup is it's a totally different beast. Just having to apply so much more so that you're not washed out on stage, and also make it translate really well in pictures and make it translate well in person, but also in video. There were so many different aspects that I kind of really got into it. I started attending YouTube University, as I like to call it, because if you want to learn anything, YouTube is like God's gift to man. So I started watching YouTube videos, and I would watch people that perform drag put on makeup, because that's really where stage makeup came from, and why, brands like MAC Cosmetics and these really diverse brands came to fruition, because they were making makeup for people that performed so that you could see it from the audience. Once I graduated high school, I tried traditional college, didn't work for me. Came back home and immediately started working in the beauty industry. My mom kind of realized that was something that I loved. And she knew someone that needed some assistance at Alta Turkey Creek. I applied there when I was 19 or 20, 21, something like that. And I started working there. And then from there, I transferred to the Maryville Ulta store to run the MAC counter. I was the lead MAC artist. And that was when I kind of developed my passion for aesthetics. I realized doing so many different people's makeup and getting a well-rounded, multifaceted group of people, your skin can only appear with makeup as well as it does with your skin prep. So if you aren't taking care of your skin, if you think that a primer is going to fill in all of your pores and just make everything look smooth and canvas, you have allowed social media to deter you from reality. And so that's when I kind of realized I want to give people that social media skin full time. And so I realized probably about a year and a half into working at the MAC counter, while this was something that I absolutely loved doing, and I got to do makeup all day, every day, I want to go to school, and I want to be able to do this on my own. I want to freelance. I don't want to work for somebody else. When I do makeup, I want it to be by my rules, on my terms. And so I came to beauty school. And I mean, I quit everything. I had finally gotten to a position where I was making really good money, and I had benefits on my own, and everything that I hustled for as a makeup artist. And I worked for one of the biggest brands. MAC is the it girl brand. It was the first brand that was black girl friendly, other than Fashion Fair, who no longer exists. So MAC really kind of paved the way.
Did you know that before you went to work for them? Were you already kind of aware of what they were doing?
Yeah,
kind of be ahead of the game a little bit?
Some of the first black makeup artists that I saw were at the MAC counter at Belk. I know Sybil Bailey graduated from here. She used to work at the MAC counter. That was I always knew that if I went on to work for a brand, it would more than likely be Mac. Yeah. So when I got that opportunity, and for me to sacrifice that amazing opportunity that I had, that I loved so much, with amazing benefits, to work for myself and go to school and go through what I went through while I was in school and not really have much to fall back on, was really me kind of stepping out on faith. So. Yeah.
Now, when you were doing, like, rewinding a little bit to when you started dance and, like, doing makeup, were you doing everyone's makeup, or did you have, like, your certain group that you were like, okay, I'm in charge of you guys to make sure you look pretty, and there was, like, other girls there doing that also, or did you kind of take over for the whole team?
So when I did dance company, there are different levels of dance companies. So I did African dance at Austinese, and then I did, like, our actual dance company program. African dance was kind of its own thing. We performed on our own. When I was in African dance, I was pretty much doing a little bit of everybody's makeup. And when I look back on those pictures, I'm like, I can't believe y'all allowed me to put that on y'all's face. I don't really understand what we were doing here. Yeah. But
you even said, like, on your terms. You're learning. You're doing your own thing. Process. And I think we all have those pictures from high school,
Absolutely.
Like looking back and
like why did we do this? What was the trend?
Foundation ever match us?
What was the trend?
Yes, exactly. There was none.
There was no trend. We're just doing it.
I love that. So so you kind of like got into it that way. Like you're at least learning how to put makeup on someone else's face, which isn't an easy skill to learn. I think even in the makeup program, I mean that's kind of one thing that you are probably so ahead of everyone else in the class, but that is like a skill that's hard to learn. So you got that practice in high school. So before you even like went to the mat counter, had that, and got to do kind of just get your hands wet, I guess, or get your feet wet. What's the phrase? I don't think your hands.
Whatever.
You're getting your hands wet. I definitely don't think is the phrase. But and so getting to do that and having that practice is awesome. So you kind of just fell in love with it there. After your family seeing you do this, for all of the dances and all of that stuff, who was supporting you at that time? Who was like, oh, you're good at this? Or did they think like, oh, she's just something she's into? Like, what was the response?
I feel like I had told my mom since I was in elementary school that I wanted to deliver babies. I wanted to go to school. I know.
Wait, what?
I know. I told my mom since elementary school I was going to go on to be an OBGYN. I was obsessed. I don't know if y'all remember the show on TLC, A Baby Story.
Yes.
But I used to watch A Baby Story all the time, and I would watch like these crazy, like complex deliveries, and I was like, I want to do that when I grow up. Don't know why.
I had the absolute opposite reaction to this, by the way. Like watching this show, I was like, never. I didn't even want to have one after that. I was like, this is a lot to see as a young child.
Yeah,
I don't know why we were allowed to watch those shows.
I don't either, but we did. But yeah, that was kind of one of the things that like made me feel like my initial passion was something that I really wanted to discover. And so once I told my mom that I was no longer going through with school and I wouldn't be bringing home $800,000 a year, she was like, what? So it was definitely, there was some shock factor there for her, and I still, feel like if I were to tell her that I was going back to traditional college, she would probably like melt inside and start crying immediately. Yeah. But it took her a while for her to really come around to me not going on to be a doctor. I mean, that's a completely different shift, and a lot of the time people have this stigma that artists or creators don't make money. Like, you don't make money. So I feel like a lot of my support by the time that I like made it to where I was at and decided like instead of going back to traditional school, I'm going to beauty school. Like one of my biggest supporters is my now fiance Zach. He
came in with you for your tour.
Came in for my tour. Came in for orientation. Like he is literally the most amazing person I've ever met in my entire life. It's kind of wild because when we first met, I didn't think anything was coming out of this relationship. I was like, he don't talk. If y'all haven't noticed by now, I don't shut up. So, I was like, this is going to be real weird. Like, I'm going to be way too much for him. He's not going to like me. We're not going to mesh well. I didn't think that relationship would really work out. And now to see us now, like, engaged, about to get married, and him literally like coming in on Valentine's Day. His Valentine's Day gift to me was he came into the school, didn't want to tell anybody while we're doing our spa presentations, and gave Kathy in cash the money for paramedical. Like came in cash and paid for me to do the paramedical program because he knew that was something that I really, really wanted to do. Literally one of the greatest people ever. The biggest support system. I could tell him that I want to go be a trapeze artist, and he'd be like, you know what? I'm a send you to circus school. Like, he was definitely my main support system. Nothing against any of my family. My family genuinely does support me. They were driving out to Maryville when I was doing makeup and coming to see me at the Mac counter for special events. So they were also super supportive. But like, he supported every transition that I made throughout my career choices with zero hesitation. When I quit working at Target, like while I was in beauty school, because I was super stressed out, he was like, that's fine. I don't. Yeah, I mean, like, just extremely supportive.
Yeah. So you chose Tennessee School of Beauty. Did you look at other schools in the area, or you just came here and you knew that this is
one of the places that I was really interested in working post-graduation was the Brazil Clinic. I just know from people that I know personally that he's done work on, and like seeing his work as a plastic surgeon, I was like, this man's amazing. Yeah. And so when I was looking into going into beauty school, and I told my mom, and she like came around to the idea, she like called medical spas, and she called the Brazil Clinic and was like, what's the best beauty school to go to? Where do y'all look at when people are applying for jobs? What do you look at credential-wise? And like, all of the nurses, all of the injectors, all of the women there were like, Tennessee School of Beauty. That's where I went to school. And so I was like, awesome. All I needed to know. And I immediately put in my application.
Yeah. Then we met, and then I immediately was like, she has to come to school here. Like, we talked forever in my office. Yes. And I remember being like, just so like, tell me everything you want to do. Tell me everything you're doing. Like, we talked forever, and you just have such a contagious energy that I just immediately like latched onto. So I knew that you were going to be successful in this industry. Even just talking a second ago, I was like, okay, where are you at? Like, what are we doing now? Where is your focus? Because I feel like you're so open to everything, and you were even in school. School wasn't easy for you. So talk to me a little bit about your beauty school experience, because I feel like there were moments where it was like just things kind of like getting in your way. And I almost think that like the students that have those things and that overcome them always on the other side become like the strongest, you know, on the other side of everything, and like at the end become stronger. But just things got in your way. There were things trying to stop you from doing this.
There were so many unnecessary obstacles. I'm just like, you know, like when people are like, oh, no weapons formed against you shall prosper. I was like, man, they are prospering. Okay. They are prospering. Lord, please help me. I ended up getting the flu for the first time ever in my entire life in December, and then promptly after in January, right before COVID hit, I ended up hospitalized with meningitis. Like, and it's so crazy because the only recollection I'd ever had with anybody contracting meningitis was when I attended traditional college, and it's one of those things that like spreads through dorms
and all the stuff.
Yeah, and the guy that got it passed away. So when they tell me that I have meningitis, I'm like, I'm dying. Yeah, I'm gonna die. This is it. Like, you're telling me that I am here and y'all are fighting for my life because I'm dying. Yeah. And I kind of know like how I got it, but like it was so weird to me, and it just came out of nowhere. And that was when I quit my job at Target, because I was like, something's not right. My immune system is obviously working overtime right now. Like I gotta take some time for myself, and I'm already super stressed out with school. We've got finals coming up. I literally was out of school right before finals and spa project. I came back and we had a week until it was time to present our spa projects and take our finals. Jeez. And it was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. And so that's why I quit my job. I was like, I can't focus and study and be prepared for all of this and do this spa project and write this paper and like this whole business proposal, and also be working like until 11 o'clock at night. Like I can't do both. So then I had to quit my job. I had no money. Yeah. And I was living in Alcoa at the time. So I was driving all the way into Knoxville with no money. Like literally, very fortunate to have the partner that I had supporting me at that time, but we were still so fresh in our relationship. Like, him helping me, that was my own anxiety beating me up about that, because I'm like, it was just so much. And then COVID rolls around, and I'm like, this has to be a joke. Like, this has got to be a joke. Like, I don't understand what is happening. Something that was supposed to be so exciting for me, it went left real fast. And so to still, graduate, I feel like I took my graduation so much more serious, because I was like, you went through hell and high waters.
Yes.
Like, you went through so much. You're gonna pop this bottle of champagne. Because you went through so much, and you still made it out. And you made it out, like, with fantastic relationships. Like, I made some amazing relationships. I literally met you. I met Jasmine. I met some of my absolute favorite people on earth in my class. Like, it was...
And I think that makes your bond even stronger.
Oh, for sure.
When you were going through all of that, and all of us are here, we're talking to the students in the class, like, hey, Cass in the hospital, like, this going on, like, we're all concerned for you. We're praying for you, and we're, trying, so excited when you came back. I remember the day you came back and seeing you, like, in the aesthetics hallway, like, ran to you, and just so happy that you were okay, because we are such a little family, and we are so much a part of each other's lives. Now, this is something that, just in the time of me doing this, there are just certain students that are faced with, like, so much while they're here. What do you think, like, what advice can you give to somebody that's going through that right now, that just seems like the world is against them, and, like, they are not going to get through the 1,500 hours, the 750 hours, whatever hours they are accumulating at this moment? What advice can you give them?
The risk is worth the reward. Knowing that I don't, at any point in time right now in my life, I could not have to punch a clock. I punch a clock because I thoroughly love my boss. Like, my boss is amazing. I love my job. I love my clients. But at any point in time, knowing that, like, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. I can literally create my own schedule. I can go into work whenever I want to. I can be this creative person that I want to. I could freelance. I could be an influencer and literally set up a camera like this and do YouTube videos and have the credentials to do so, and work on different people and meet people of all walks of life. Like, it makes it so worth it. It's going to be stressful. It's not always going to be fun. You will encounter drama. You get that many people together, you're going to encounter drama. It's a given. Just stay out the way. That is the best thing you can do, is stay out the way, steady yourself, be nice to people, be a blessing to people, because when you're a blessing to people, you get blessed in the end. And just... literally the risk is worth the reward. Like, it's so worth it to be able to do what it is that you want to do. And our industry is lucrative, and it is getting more and more popular by the day. And there are so many more things that you can do, but you can't do any of it without that license. Like, that piece of paper is so much more than a piece of paper. You can think that you want to get out and do all this stuff and do lashes and do microblading and do all of this, and the state of Tennessee, you're not doing any of that without that license. So don't let whatever it is stop you from getting to that, because that is the ultimate goal, and that is where the money resides.
Yes.
Okay? That is where the money resides.
Yes, and you did it, and we were so proud of you, and I've always just been, it's so fun to follow your career, even, like, since you've been out, and to see all the different things that you've been doing, because I just think you're so talented. And so in saying that, you are, like, you're extremely talented makeup artist. I know we were talking about, the esthetician side of this, or the medical side of this. Where are you working now? What are you focusing on mostly at this point, services you're focusing on, and kind of where is that passion leading you at this moment?
Yes. So I'm a multifaceted woman. So I freelance. In all Knoxville and surrounding areas. I will travel to the Tri-Cities, and if that travel fee and that ticket is good enough, I'll even come out of state for you. I do that usually on the weekends, but, I don't work my actual traditional job Sunday through Wednesday. So on the off chance that somebody has a weekday wedding, I will travel for that. Tuesday and Wednesday, I am at Purple Heart Tattoo. I am apprenticing for microblading. Come see me, get those brows snatched. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I am in downtown La Follette at Renew You Medical Spa, where I mostly focus on things like dermaplaning, chemical peels, microdermabrasion, waxing. I feel like I might as well work at the Benefit Brow Bar as much as I wax and tint eyebrows. It's crazy. So yeah, brows, brow lamination, lash lifts and tints. I do a little bit of everything. And then, once I'm done with my apprenticeship, I'll be microblading out there. Hopefully come soon, we'll be doing micro-needling. There'll be so many things that we'll be doing out there. We're adding a lot to our repertoire, but I'm a little bit of everywhere. So you can follow me on Instagram, and you can message me on Instagram, and I can tell you where I'm at when you meet me.
That's amazing. Well, I love that. Okay, and then one of the things that we've talked about, obviously, when we were talking about this before we started filming, as an African-American woman in this industry, especially here, kind of where we are locally, what does that look like for you? What has your experience been like? And who are you kind of looking up to guide you? I mean, I feel like you and some of the friends that I know of yours that, we'll talk to you a little bit more in a second, but, I feel like you guys are kind of paving the way, doing something different and just having real conversations with you, especially over the last couple of years, and kind of seeing what you're facing. What can you say to that? And what has your experience been like so far?
Well, I am loving seeing all of the brown and black women entering this industry. I feel like a lot of people that I went to high school with are either graduating or are about to graduate or have already graduated from beauty school, and they've gone to a bunch of different places. If you are from this area, you know that this industry is not it's not really super saturated with black and brown people. I feel like when I graduated, I had so many high hopes of working at a med spa, and I looked around at the multiple different medical spas in the city of Knoxville, and there aren't people that look like us that work there, and it almost kind of seems like it's, I'm trying to find the right word, try to be politically correct. It almost seems like it's that's not really a shift that they want to make. I think I'm gonna step on some toes. It's almost like a shift that they don't want to make. There's almost a look that you have to fit into to work into a medical spa in the city of Knoxville. And it was disheartening a little bit. But now I feel like me and my tribe of black estheticians, we're at a point now where we're I'm tired of trying to fit this mold for other people. I'm about to make this mold, and y'all can try to fit into it. Or, we want so badly to create a space for people that look like us, because there isn't one, and it's become very apparent that there's not going to be one. We have to make it ourselves. And so we're at a position now where monthly, I meet up with 4 amazing black women that are in the same field as me. And we are, I don't care what nobody says, we are popping, we are killing the game right now in this industry.
You are. I'm like all the things. I feel like I'm such a big fan.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Some of them, you were asking, role models, people that I look up to, literally all 3 of them are people that I admire for so many different aspects, because they are literally doing so many different things within the industry. Jasmine Allman is that girl. She is first and foremost a wax expert, expert waxer. She's been waxing me for I don't know how long now at this point. And I tell people all the time when people are like, I don't think I'm ready to get a Brazilian. I'm like, listen, you ain't got to come see me. Go see her. You will be on and off the table in 7 minutes. And it's, you blink and it's over with. You will be on and off the table in 7 minutes. But also she is getting so deep into every every avenue that you can get into in medical aesthetics. Like, I see her doing microneedling all the time. I see her doing dermaplaning all the time. I see her like stacking peels and stacking so many different like treatments. And I'm like, you are killing the game. And then she loves her job at that. And then she's also teaching at TSB. And I'm like, girl, you are juggling all the things. Like, it's amazing to see. And then I've got Shantae. I have followed Shantae on Instagram for far too long. I don't know if y'all follow her. Her name is Shantae You Slay. You wanna find a makeup artist that you'll have to book 2 years in advance. She is that girl. I've been following her for years. I actually discovered her in there's a group on Facebook, there was, called Mac Mates, and it was just like a bunch of people that have or do work for Mac, and she used to work for Mac. And so I always saw her in there, and I would see people like, oh, I'm coming to Knoxville for this, I'm coming to Knoxville for that, I need a makeup artist. And I mean, she was tagged. I mean, it was crazy just seeing how many times she would be tagged in something. And I was like, I gotta get hip to this girl. And this was in like 2018. And so I like add her, send her a friend request on Facebook, and it took her like over a year to accept my friend request because she's that busy. She's like rifling through everything. And me and her finally get to meet, all thanks to Jasmine. She literally sets up a Facebook message group for me, her, and Sybil, and we all start communicating, and we're like, we're gonna have us a Black Girl SD meetup once a month.
Love that.
And I got to tell her just like how literally inspiring she is. And then we find out over time that we literally are living the same life. We have the exact same birthday.
Oh my gosh!
We have the same birthday.
No wonder you were so like drawn to her.
Literally, yeah, we have the same birthday. We are both Black women in interracial relationships. We're in the same industry. We've worked for the same brand. Like, it was so crazy just seeing how much we're alike. And now we're like, again, we meet at least once a month. Like, we'll text each other all the time. She's become like a mentor, and it's just so crazy to see that kind of come to fruition. And then Sybil literally graduated and was like, I'm creating my whole own brand. And I mean, she sent me, like, it's so funny, her and my aunt are really good friends. They work together at Scripps Network. And when she left and came to beauty school and decided that this was going to be her avenue, like, my aunt would always talk to me. She was like, you need to meet Sybil. You need to meet Sybil. You need to meet Sybil. And I was like, okay, I'm going to meet her. And I did. And, like, I love that woman. I absolutely love that woman. And she is, to see all of the people that I know personally that go and see her and like sing her praises, I'm like, you go, girl.
I mean, like, you guys talk about already, like, or creating your own space where I think you're already doing it. And it's not always that I think that there's like two ways of this happening. Either you just kind of start doing your own thing and people just start saying, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? And then it happens, right? Or there's like this cognitive way of doing it, being like, we're going to go out there and we're going to start this. And I think the way that you're doing it is so much better, at least from what I can see on my end for beauty school students or younger students, younger people seeing you as an esthetician, doing what you're doing, like, that's what it's going to take. We just need to put it out there to say, like, look at her, look at what she's doing. And like you said, you're building up this community of go see Jasmine, go see Sybil, like, doing all of that together. And I think that just doing it, just having the meetings, like, just putting that energy out there, I think is so important. And I think that that's exactly what you need to do to make the changes. I think that, especially, I mean, it's 2021, people very clearly, I think over the last couple of years, either, like you said, either it's a shift that people want to make or it's not. And so if you guys need to go out and like do this, there's no 4 people that I can imagine that like you guys will get it done and it will happen and it will be a change here. And I think that we're gonna interview Jasmine in a second, but I think Jasmine, you know, being an instructor here is gonna start seeing, we're gonna see different students in the school, and that's, you know, I think so important, just creating that space for people to see other people doing it and being honest about it. You know, I mean, I always will refer people to you and be like, oh my gosh, go check out Cash, she's amazing, like, you have to go see what she's doing. And again, you're gonna do it without even knowing that it's happening. So I think that you're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing and where you're supposed to be doing it, and surrounded by a community of people that are going to support you, you know, no matter what. And is it something that's going to happen overnight? Like, probably not. But, you know, I think that just having the conversations about it and, you know, putting yourself out there to be a resource is something so special. And I just like, I literally, like, when I say I can't wait to see what you do next, I cannot wait to see what you do next. Because I think, like, I think that, again, you're the person to make a difference, and you're doing so many many amazing things in the industry. And I know you all know this, but this girl can sing like no one's business. If you want to just give us like a little something on the spot, I think you can do it. I wish I had like a request ready, but I don't.
Wowzers.
Oh, Lauren Hill? Yes.
Oh,
my
God,
gosh.
Jasmine.
I mean, can you on the spot sing Killing Me Softly? Like, is that a thing?
Why does she even know the song?
Is that a thing that you can do?
Yeah, that's actually
like,
that's my go-to karaoke song.
Okay, we'll wait if you need water.
Yeah, I'm gonna y'all are funny.
Yeah, just like the...
Y'all are funny.
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited.
All right.
You're about to die, Dawn. Like, Dawn, behind the scenes cameraman, you're gonna fall off of your seat.
Are you listening to all this live? Okay. God bless your eardrums.
Yeah,
it gets mad loud. I don't have any control over my voice. Yeah, I'm a belter.
Doing this. I'm so excited.
Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his word. Killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Bow, bow, bow.
You are so good. Like, do you understand, like, the years of practice that it would take me to be able to, on the spot, sing Lauryn Hill? Like, you weren't like, let me think. It was Lauryn Hill. Like,
I didn't really have a choice.
No, I know. Thank you for doing that. I owe you big time. That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
I love you so much. I know you know this, and I don't have to say it. I'm obsessed with you. I love you. I can't wait to see all of the things that you do, and just being your cheerleader is my favorite. So follow Cass. It's at Color Me Cass on Instagram. Where else can people find you?
I also have a beauty page that I hardly ever tap into. I'm about to start accessing that even more. It's Color Me Cass _beauty. On Facebook, my business page is Color Me Cass Beauty. I am, for anybody that has a wedding coming up that needs makeup, I am on the Knot and Wedding Wire. I have a website. You can follow me, or you can find me if you Google Color Me Cass. You'll see my website pop up where you can see my portfolio and links to my Wedding Wire and Knot and all of that information. I'm a little bit of everywhere, and I'm the worst at social media, so I don't understand how I'm juggling all this. Oh God, yeah, I'm on TikTok.
Listen, that's probably like your biggest right now, right?
Yeah, I'm loving TikTok.
Yeah, you were kind of made for TikTok.
I think I was. I think my personality was very TikTok ready.
Yes.
My TikTok name is actually hilarious. It's Cass _a-roll because everybody calls him casserole.
I didn't even put it together. I love that. Love that. Never change it ever. Never. Please promise me it's going to be there forever.
Absolutely not. So yeah, my TikTok name is Cass _a-roll. You can find that if you go onto my Instagram. I link my TikTok all the time. But yeah, I'm a little bit of everywhere. There are a lot of places that you can follow me, but you should definitely follow me on one of them.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. Thank you for being here with us. I'm happy that we could record some of our conversations finally, because we've been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
Make sure you're subscribing to Beauty and Style Network. Make sure you're hitting that bell to get the reminders when the new episodes are coming out. And you'll find me there at Beauty and Style Network. I'm Bobbi, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.